parents, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are having a very great topic, which is trauma. How are we healing from our traumas? How are we healing from our childhood traumas? Have you ever thought of that? Do you transfer aggressions? Do you yell at your children? Do you allow them to express themselves? What is the cause of that, your actions? Why do you magnify words? Why do you turn little things into bigger than the way it's supposed to be? Why? Why do we mount pressures on children? Why do you even compare children? Have you thought of that? Have you asked yourself such questions? What resonates to your mind when asking such questions? Is it that is the way your parent trained you that you feel you want to train your children? Is it that it is what you pass through that you want to make sure such child also pass through? Or maybe you don't really love your child the way you claimed. Let's ask ourselves questions. Now, guys, please let's watch the video. Have you ever wondered why children that has always been controlled or cautioned, always been talked to, always been magnified, like when they do little mistake and the mistake is being magnified by their parents? Have you ever wondered why such child later turned out to be timid in life? They later turned out to be children that are timid, children that cannot speak out, children that cannot voice out their grievances. That is why the word said, children who are told you are easy child, they always put everyone first. They master the art of looking like it has to be together, even though she is full of anxiety. They master the art of making it feel like it has to be together, even though they are full of anxieties. Easy daughter grow up learning that they can't depend on anyone to care about their emotion or to meet her needs. Let's heal. Let's heal before we keep betting children and transferring aggressions to them. But how, for crying out loud, how would a child that doesn't even know when you met a man, you don't know when you guys met, when you two meet, or whatever transpired between the two of you, how will such child be the one behind the pain of what you passed through? How? The easy daughter or easy children grows up learning that they can't depend on anyone to take care of their emotion or their needs. No. They believe they have to have it together. They have to hide their emotions. They cannot lose their guard. They have to always be in their shell because we have portrayed them to be like a perfect human being that is not supposed to make mistakes. We have portrayed them to be like an adult in a child's clothing that should always be having everything in control. Parents have portrayed them to be like the best version of their very self. So they themselves are not wanting to be in a particular situation where they will be seen as not being in that perfect mode they have always been. Yes. I know if you resonate to this, I beg you continue with this video and watch it to the end. Because it will do a lot of good if we children that pass through such can learn to understand what we went through to be able to heal our traumas. Remember, a woman who heals herself heals the whole world. Obviously, we women are the one training these children. We are the one meeting with kids every day. We are the one raising these champions. How on earth do you want to train a child when you are still feeling hurt and when you are still traumatized? That is where passing of aggressions that are not even theirs, passing it on to them, thereby creating another child that is traumatized. For crying out loud, we need to heal. We need to heal ourselves. They are always having this saddest art of, okay, I went through this, then everyone else have to go through it. They are always having this strong mindset, never the gentle child. And if such child is not even expressing anger, that child can be overall timid. Such child can turn out to be inside or run into their shell, not speaking up for themselves or not expressing themselves the way they are supposed to express themselves. That's why I still say the easy children grow up learning that they can't depend on anyone to care about their feeling or about their emotions. Once you have labeled a child to be an easy child, oh, she's an easy girl, she's an easy child, they will tend to want to depend on themselves, and they won't want to depend on other people for their emotions or to meet their needs, because they believe they are the ones that are supposed to do everything by themselves. Parentless heal. I'm mentioning heal because we need to heal. We need to identify our traumas and stop passing aggressions to kids. And stop passing aggressions to people that are not even aware or don't even know of your pain. They are not there for crying out loud when you started or when you went through whatever it is you went through. Of course, everyone has to go through their particular phase of life in life. Whatever it is as a parent that you're going through or you have gone through are supposed not to be transferred to the children because they don't even know anything about it. We have to heal. If you ask a particular woman that has not given birth in life, a woman that has not given birth in life, ask such person, what is the experience of not birthing a child? What is the experience of not having a child to attach to yourself, to call your own? Such person, if the person is given an opportunity to own just one child, I'm very sure the person would lavish all care and love that is supposed to be met on such child. Yes. Especially if the child is being given birth to at a very old age. And there is it that you will see people that have 6 children, 4 children, training children with curses, training children with transferred aggression. Okay, this is what your daddy did to me and this is what you have to experience. I lived with a neighbor that always beat a 3-year-old child. He beats that child up for no reason. And when she is beating that child, she will keep mentioning this, okay, your daddy has gone out since morning and has not dropped any money. You are going to face it today. That is transferred aggression. That is transferred aggression and transferring of pain. We need to identify traumas and avoid transferring it to children. Why? Why would you have to beat a child because the daddy did not drop money? How is it such child's offense? Like I was saying, children that are being tagged as easy child or easy going children, they are children that spend most of their hard life faking it. Inside of them, they dream the fantasies of life. They are children that they shamed for themselves. They shamed themselves for every mistake. In a little mistake that is supposed to be waved off and overlook and say, such is life. We are not perfect. We are humans and therefore we make mistakes and we are supposed to correct it if it's able to be corrected. Or we tend to learn from our mistakes and don't act on such mistake anymore. But this particular child will keep eating his or herself, keep beating herself, keep struggling with it like, I am not supposed to make mistake. Because he or she has been tagged an easy child or a perfect child. They are children that shames themselves. It is the only way for them to release their burden and not feel bad about themselves because they've been tagged as an easy child. That is the way they feel. Then one day, a particular part of their body will keep showing symptoms of chronic pain, migraine, autoimmune disorder, or just pure exhaustion. Exhaustion in the aspect of fuming for anger, for how she has managed or neglected her own emotional being, her own emotional pain. Then she feels and fumes for anger. How she has not been protected by the people she has trusted or that are supposed to protect her. Who it was their job to protect her. He or she will definitely feel that way someday. And that is where trauma comes in. That is where traumatization comes in. She's done fighting and behaving perfect. She's done fitting into roles or tagging herself perfect. She's done pretending and she has no need to. She would rather be difficult than silently suffering. She grieves for the younger version of herself who heard, you are so matured for your age. We are never had to worry about you. That is what most parents say to their children. We don't have any reason to worry about you because you're so matured for your age. And from that very moment, they tend to place a burden on that child and tag that child to be perfect child, perfect individual, perfect adults, that they themselves are not even perfect. Yes, she knows that little girl's neglect broke her heart, but also wakes her up. Yes, it wakes her up to know that what I experience or what I am going through are traumas. They are traumatizing, and they are not things I am supposed to experience as a human, or not things I'm supposed to experience at that age that I experience such. That is what made me make a particular decision of myself, like I would rather my children have strong boundaries and the ability to say no to a particular thing they don't want, to say no to someone mistreating them or making them feel uncomfortable, rather than making them have a perfect manners and feel internally obligated to accept abuse in silence. Yes, she knows that that little girl's neglect broke her heart, but also wakes her up. Yes, it wakes her up to know that what I experience or what I am going through are traumas. They are traumatizing, and they are not things I am supposed to experience as a human, or not things I'm supposed to experience at that age that I experience such. That is what made me make a particular decision of myself. Like, I would rather my children have strong boundaries and the ability to say no to a particular thing they don't want, to say no to someone mistreating them or making them feel uncomfortable, rather than making them have a perfect manners and feel internally obligated to accept abuse in silence.